Are you afraid to speak? Do you feel a lot of fear? Do your hands shake? Do you turn red? Do you sweat? Do you feel nauseous? All of those things people feel so regularly when they go to speak. So I first just want to validate you by saying that those are actually very normal. And you may or may not know this, but fear of public speaking is the number one fear in the United States, above fear of dying. And to me, that just blows my mind. And I really kind of tongue in cheek want to say we have our priorities really messed up. We should definitely be fearing dying over public speaking. So, what I want to help to do today, really quickly for you, is help you reframe your relationship with fear when it comes to the context of public speaking. And it's one simple move that if you focus on it over and over again, you will start to cultivate a new relationship with speaking and a new relationship to the fear that is coming up inside of you. We fear speaking for many different reasons. One of it being that we're just afraid people are going to judge us. We're afraid of people making fun of us. We're afraid of people laughing at us. We're afraid of failing. We're afraid of questions and not having the right answer. We're afraid of people just looking at us and giving us a weird face. And those fears that we have a lot of the times are from the past. So fear itself is a statistical record of things that have hurt you in the past. So it's very valid that you feel them. So we don't want to shame ourselves or look at fear as an enemy, because quite frankly, fear is our teacher. Fear is a friend, and you're going to see this more clearly in just a second. The other reason we have fear as we go to speak is because, quite honestly, some other people have told us about their really crappy experience. And so we internalize that. So fear comes from our own direct experience, but it also comes from stories, tales, things we witness on television, etc., where we're applying it to ourselves and believing it's going to be the same for us. But most of the time, none of those fears will ever really happen. And most of the time, people are not judging you as harshly as you think. People are actually enjoying what you're saying, and you're probably doing a really great job. It's this distorted feeling we have around fear. So again, we're going to work on changing our relationship to fear by, number one, remembering this. Fear is just information. Fear is just the body giving us data and doing things that a body should do. A body should tell you, hey, this is nerve-wracking because this is new. I want us on high alert. Yeah, good. Thank you, body. You're supposed to be letting me know when something's new and that maybe we need to be on high alert, okay? That's because it's a new experience. So by simply just viewing fear as data from your nervous system, you will be able to take it off of the pedestal and bring it down a few notches to where you can then feel like you have choice on where to focus your attention. Because one of the reasons we do not like fear is because we give it all of our energy. And when you start giving something your energy, it grows. And that's the last thing we want, right? We don't want fear to get bigger, but that's what ends up happening. And so we think about the presentation that we have coming up for weeks. We lose sleep over it. We end up taking beta blockers like I did before anything, or we show up sick that day, we call in, whatever. We give all these excuses and all of this energy to the body's information that it's giving us. What if you actually thrived? What if you actually kicked ass that day? What if you actually could learn how to speak so fluidly and eloquently and enjoy it? Would you fear speaking as much? No. So the first thing we have to do is understand that fear is just information, and fear is in fact the body trying to keep you safe. And so we have to love and be grateful for that part of our body and stop shaming ourselves. That's number one. Number two is we have to change our relationship to the actual speaking itself. And this move comes down to getting out of the head and into your heart. And so when I work with people inside of my coaching programs and inside of my membership, what we work on is repositioning your awareness of love and compassion and power and virtue and possibility into your voice. In other words, your intention really counts here. If you're showing up with fear of speaking, your intention is that this is going to be a scary experience, and your intention is to retract yourself or to get yourself the heck out of that situation as fast as possible, right? It's certainly not to lean in and to enjoy the experience and to expand and to take up a lot of time. But those are actually the things that really confident people love to do. Take up time. They enjoy what they're doing because they enjoy speaking. So how did they get there? Well, number one, they've read the fear as just data and they're moving on. They took it off the pedestal and now they're back in control. And then number two is to reposition your intention from the head, where we're battling all of our fears, to the heart, where we remember that the whole role of speaking is to transform someone else's life. It's not about you. It's not about the feelings you have. It's about making sure that someone else gets the information that you have today. It's about making sure that someone else gets the information today so their lives can improve today, now. But if you're back here focused on the fear that you have and not going forward, creating that podcast channel, starting your YouTube channel, going live, getting on stage, whatever it may be that you're afraid to do, but you know you need to be doing to move your business forward, people aren't getting what you have. They're not getting your services. They're not getting your products, and their lives are literally at a standstill. Because here's the thing, and you may or may not know this about energetic selling, but everyone here on this planet has an assigned person or teacher that they are supposed to learn from at various points throughout their life. You are that teacher. You are the creator. You are the product owner or the service provider that actually has tools, skills that will help unlock someone else to the next level. And not just anyone, but that person who's assigned to you. How can they find you if you're over here really, really pedestaling fear and viewing it as a negative? Remember, fear is just data. It's actually a good thing. Your body is doing appropriate things. Let's take it off the pedestal. Look at it as it truly is, for what it is: loving, supportive energy from your body. Your body's trying to keep you safe. But now our higher mind comes in to say, thank you, fear. Thank you, body. Thank you so much for reminding me that this is a scary new moment. However, we have a job to do. We have a mission to serve. We have people to serve, which means that actually it's not even about whether or not I feel comfortable. It's not even about whether or not you feel safe. It's not even about whether or not you feel chosen or ready. Those things don't even matter when you've been shown the desire of your mission and when you've been called upon by God, source, the divine, which you have, to speak on behalf of that mission, because it's not even about you. It's about other people. So when we can descend out of the head into the heart, and we start to recognize that this is a calling from God, we can start to move forward in a way that actually propels us through the heart, through love, through energy, through positive intention and possibilities, through a desire to elevate the energy and the frequency of the entire planet. This becomes our why. It becomes our why we speak. Okay? So coming up, maybe next month or so, I'm going to go through a video on how to actually help you create your speaker mission statement. And this is going to be that North Star for you so that you can actually consistently root into and anchor into your mission and that why. But on a very high level, you've already got it. Think about your people. Who are you serving? How are their lives really held back right now? And how are their lives going to improve when they start hearing your voice? When they start seeing your reels and they start hearing you selling and they start hearing you talking about things? How are their lives going to improve? And I want you to spend some time feeling emotional about that, because that's the truth. That's exactly how it's going to be. So now that we know how to think differently about fear, and now we know how to reposition our actual relationship to speaking by getting in the heart and thinking about people, I want you to ask yourself right now, why are you really holding yourself back? If fear is just a good thing, if fear is just data and information, and if we can actually view it that way to take it off the pedestal in order for you to get back in the driver's seat, and now I want you to think about the people you're here to serve with your mission and how good their lives are going to feel, how great they're going to feel, and how optimistic and happy they're going to be because of you, what's really holding you back? Not a lot, right? If anything. So now that you feel this wave of inspiration and like, oh my God, perfect, I can do this. You're right, you can. And what I want you to do right now is just make a plan today to make a 5-minute video, maybe a 1-minute video on any of your favorite platforms, and just press live, press record, do the thing, remembering that it's okay to feel fear. It's very natural, but it's no longer in the driver's seat. We can love it, we can thank it, and we can move on. And number 2, it's not about you anyway. It's about the people that you're serving. Let me know in the comments, did this move you? Did this convince you that it's time to get over fear and just go for it anyways? Fear never goes away anyhow. I always feel fear when I go to speak. I always feel self-judgment, but I remind myself and I go through the steps like I just did with you. And this is what every great speaker does. This is what every great communicator does. Is we have changed what's our priorities of fears have changed. I'm no longer afraid of fear of speaking. I'm afraid that you won't get the lessons that I have learned that have improved my life. I'm afraid that your life won't transform. I'm afraid that you won't go out there and start your business. I'm afraid that you will close your business because you feel so afraid to speak, right? That's my fear. So you have to do the same thing. You've got to reprioritize your fears so that you're not so focused on yourself and you're actually afraid that people won't get your products and services. Yes? Yes. Let me know in the chat, in the comments below, if that just fired you up, guys. And don't forget to subscribe. Also, guys, on the first and third Tuesday of every single month, I'm going live here. So depending on when you're watching this, check it out because I could be going live very soon, if not in the next 24 hours. So make sure you come here, subscribe, don't miss a video. And if you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.